So today we are making a traditional Spanish cake that is absolutely delicious and a cake that I enjoyed during my childhood like so many other Spaniards and even to this day because it's got so many great flavors. We're talking a Spanish Sunday cake. This is known in Spain as una torta dominguera, and it's a recipe that hails from the beautiful province of Jaén in the region of Andalusia. And let me tell you, this cake is filled with honest and clean flavors. It is absolutely easy to make, where there's no tricky techniques, meaning it's a very straightforward recipe, and it's all done in about 45 minutes. Folks, this is the perfect cake for any occasion, and if you serve it next to a cup of hot chocolate, like I enjoyed as a child, or even some coffee or tea, you're gonna have yourself an instant trip to beautiful España. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. You know that Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the biggest selection of artisan Spanish ingredients like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need to make all your favorite Spanish recipes among so many other ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings. And they even offer classic grilling systems, that way you can always perfectly cook your paella. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there, and make sure you use coupon code ONAFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Alright, let's begin by grabbing 4 large eggs and cracking them into a large bowl. As always, the eggs that I'm using are cage-free organic, but you can use whatever eggs you like. Then we'll add in 1 cup of granulated sugar, which is 200 grams. And using an electric hand mixer, we'll mix the ingredients until we end up with a light and creamy texture. If you don't have an electric mixer, no big deal. You can just use a manual whisk and vigorously whisk those ingredients until you end up with a similar color and texture. Then we'll add in half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, which is 125 grams. You can also use flavored Greek yogurts here, such as vanilla or lemon. And we'll give it a mix until that Greek yogurt is well mixed into the egg mixture. Then we'll add in half a cup of sunflower oil, which is 115 milliliters. Of course, you can use other neutral oils here, such as canola oil or even grapeseed. However, sunflower is what's traditionally used to make this delicious cake. And we'll also finely grate the zest of 1 lemon, making sure to avoid that white pith as it adds a bitter flavor. And once again, we'll mix the ingredients until they're well mixed together. And for the final ingredients, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which is 14 grams, and whisk it into the mixture until it's well mixed. And at this point, I'm going to swap out the electric mixer for a handheld whisk. Then we'll grab 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, which is 180 grams, and start adding it into the mixture. I like to add it in there in half-cup increments, which is 60 grams, as it makes it easier for that flour to incorporate into the mixture. And you want to make sure to run the flour through a fine sieve as you're adding it into the mixture. This is going to remove any clumps from the flour, which at the end is going to give your cake a beautiful texture all around. Once all the flour has been added and we've ended up with a thick and creamy texture, our batter's ready to go. For the next step, I'm gonna grab a baking pan. The one that I'm using is round, but you can also use a square or rectangle, and the size of it is 8 inches in diameter, which is about 24 centimeters. And as you can see, this is the kind of pan that you can detach, which makes it so much easier to remove the cake once it's cooked. However, you can just use a traditional baking pan. I'm gonna line it with some parchment paper, and then spray it with some non-stick cooking spray all around the sides. Then we'll add in the cake batter into the baking pan, making sure to evenly spread it around. And we'll add in the baking pan into a preheated oven, bake and broil option, that's the bottom and top heat, very similar to a convection oven, 180 degrees Celsius, which is about 355 degrees Fahrenheit. After about 35 minutes, and the cake is beautifully golden brown, it should be perfectly cooked through. Of course, every oven heats differently, so it might take you 5 minutes less or 5 minutes more. How to tell when your cake is perfectly cooked? You just pierce it with a toothpick, and if it comes out cleanly, it is ready to go. At this point, I'm going to remove the cake from the oven, and we'll sprinkle the top with some granulated sugar, and then let it sit here at room temperature just for a couple minutes. That way it can slightly cool off. Once the cake is cool enough to handle, it is ready to be served. Check it out, folks. Our Spanish Sunday cake is done. Once again, known in Spain as Torta Dominguera. Super easy to make, the most basic ingredients, and all done in about 45 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. I'm telling you, I'm not much of a baker. Actually, I'm not a baker at all. And look how beautiful this cake turned out. This I can't wait to try. Wow. I'm telling you, the flavors are amazing. This instantly transports me to my childhood, as my mother always made this for me. Of course, hers was a lot prettier than mine. Folks, you saw this easy to make, done in about 45 minutes, perfect for breakfast, afternoon snack, or even for dessert after dinner. Give it a try at home, and I promise it's going to completely blow you away because it is that good. Really quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, Dr. Michael Barvitz, Terry K. Clean, Jesper Halloum, Jim Owens, and Tommy Williams. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below, and as always, don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.